Okay, so loan to value. 75% seems to have become pretty much a market standard on buy-to-let mortgages. So this means the lender is prepared to lend you 75% of the valuation. You need to find 25%. This is the figure we use as our starting point in our charts. It can vary as restrictions ease, as we get further and further away from the 2008 crash. You might find 80% loan to value available. So this means you're actually borrowing more money, but you need less deposit. So on the one hand, it enables you to build your portfolio that little bit faster. The flip side, which you should always bear in mind, is that you're going to end up owing more money on your portfolio, and that's something we haven't mentioned it before, but it's worth looking. Check out the graphical representation, and again, we can go into this deeper at another time, but effectively the difference between what your portfolio is worth and what you owe on it is your safety net. Just consider what would happen if you had to sell, for some reason, if you had to sell everything suddenly. If your selling price plus your selling cost means you make less than what you owe, not a good position to be in, is it? So it's always worth considering the amount of leverage that you are taking advantage of building your portfolio. Leverage is good in that it enables you to build your portfolio quicker, but as with everything, there is a flip side. So at 80%, we managed to get to 9 properties. We're still making 45% return on our money. Let's just keep your eye on these two curves while we change back to the 75, and you'll see the gap widen. Now, it's not by very much. You might have seen that gap's wider. We're a little bit safer. So what happens if you go for a lower loan to value? Now think about this. What's happening? You're going to use more of your own money for the deposit, which means you'll have less money left for the next deposit. So it's going to affect the speed of your portfolio growth. It's also going to increase this gap, increase your safety margin. So all considerations. Every investor will have different tolerance levels to the amount of risk and the amount of reward. Totally up to you, but we're just showing you how you can evaluate the effects of changing these. So we're going to go to 60% loan to value. So currently we're at 6 properties in 6 years, 34% return on investment, and this is our safety gap. Hit the button on 60%. Now because we're using so much more of our own money, it takes that much longer for our equity to build to the point where we can draw out enough to finance the deposit on the second property. So we only get the second property in year 6. It also means our effective return on capital investment goes down. Now that's the total amount hasn't changed much, but what has changed is 2 properties, 10.5%, but there's quite a nice safety net there.